Hi, everyone. Thank you for joining tonight's edition of Let's Talk. I'm super excited to get my guest on. It's a personal story as well, so we're just going to jump right in there, and I'm not going to really give too much away, but I think my guest can really help those of you who are hooping, and I'm going to get him in right now. Let's hope this will pop up. Should be popping up any minute now. Any second. Ready? Did it go through? Yes. Yeah.
Hello, what's
My
up?
guy. My guy. Hey, your janky ass internet is working, I see, huh?
Yeah, it's not. It's kind of early in the night, so it's not.
So, okay, so can you do me a favor and introduce yourself briefly? Don't tell too much about what you're doing. We'll get into all of that, but just introduce your name and what you're doing right
My name is Xavier Colbert. I'm currently in Germany playing basketball and coaching for Lokomotiv
now.
Göppingen.
Now, going straight into locomotive Göttingen. Uh, um, what division is this where you're playing?
I'm playing the Oberliga,
Which is the
which is the fifth or
sixth.
sixth division.
It's the sixth league in Germany.
Yeah.
Okay. And the reason why I wanted to have you on, there's multiple reasons why I wanted to have you on here. One of them being that you are not playing on a high level. You're playing in the sixth league in Germany, and this is your second year there, right?
Yes.
Yeah, your second year there, and a lot of people always think about playing overseas. Oh, I'm going to be making this much money. I'm going to be making this much money. I'm going to be in top league in Italy. But not a lot of people understand what it's like if you're toiling playing on one of those bottom leagues,
Yeah.
and trying to work your way up. Now, another reason why I wanted to have you on was to tell you your story, for you to tell your story, but also because you and I have a different relationship than any of the other guests that I've had on. I am your mentor, I guess you could say, now for about a year now.
About
We've
to
been
be
going about
about
a
to be
year.
about to be a little
Towards,
bit more. Yeah, yeah,
yeah, towards the end of last year, and then we had the summer break, and then we started
yeah.
again. Yeah, so that's so I've kind of been your mentor through this, and of course, I would like to talk a little bit about that, but we're going to do that towards the end. First, let's talk about your story coming out of college. Where did you go to college, and how did you get your first job overseas?
I went to JUCO. If you don't know what JUCO is, it's junior college. I went to college in Maine for 2 years. Um, I went there to get a scholarship after my freshman year, but it didn't happen because I took the wrong classes. So after that, 2 years there, then I transferred to Linden State, which is a Division III in Vermont, NCAA. Um, Played there for 2 years. My first year, I got hurt. Um, Played the first half and the second half of the season. I had to sit out. Then came back again my second year, my senior year. Got hurt again. I was planning on to sit out the whole year, but decided to come and play second half of the season. Then yeah, I ended there. I had an opportunity right out of college to go play in Australia.
Mhm.
Um, but I got in some trouble in high school. So it took longer to get my visa
Mhm.
squared away because they had to compare the
Right.
what I did in high school to what it was there. I mean, yeah. So I had to get that situated, and that took a while for my visa to get cleared. So it got to a point where the club was playing without me, and the other teams had Americans. So I told them, "Thank you for the opportunity, this and that. I'm sorry that we couldn't get it done, but I'd rather y'all to move on and find another American instead of waiting for me to hold y'all back." So yeah,
Mhm.
then
That's very honorable of you, my guy.
yeah. I mean, it hurt. It hurt for sure,
Mhm.
but I mean, it was the best thing to do because I didn't know when my visa was going to come in. So, and the
See, hold up. See, now, if you and I had been talking back then, I would definitely not have advised you to tell nobody some bullshit like that.
Yeah,
That's their decision
yeah,
if they want to wait for you or not.
yeah,
So I mean, we're good. So no, never let that
yeah,
happen again.
yeah,
You're
for
not
sure.
making the decision for them. That's their
Yeah,
decision.
yeah.
Okay, go
I
ahead.
mean, um, yeah. So, I mean, the club was all for waiting for me and
Mhm.
whatnot, but I had the feeling that I wasn't going to get my visa, so I wanted them to just move on right away instead of waiting to a certain point where they didn't have no more time to get American. So yeah. So after that fell through. I stayed in Vermont for an extra year to just work out and try to hopefully find something during that time of me just working out and whatever. But nothing happened. So after that, I moved to Texas and I just worked out for 2 years. Then I finally got my a gig in Germany and Oberliga as well.
Wait. Now, this whole time you had no agent.
I had no agent. I'm
So
doing
you
this
were
all my
doing. So
I'm
what were
doing
you
this all
doing
myself.
in this meantime for the 1 year where you were still in Vermont, and then when you went back to when you went down to Houston, were you contacting teams? Were you contacting agents? What were you doing in the meantime to try to find a gig
Um,
overseas?
every day I was reaching out to teams, agents, everything. I was reaching out to people, my friends, asking, what's the best way to go about it? How can I get noticed for not from someone that stats weren't really good, but they weren't bad,
Mhm.
And I play and the level that I played at Division 3, so that was also another burden on me, because like I didn't. It was hard. If you don't play Division 3, it's hard
Right.
to. I mean, if you don't play Division 1, it's
Yeah, it's hard.
hard to get. Yeah. So I was asking my friends that currently played overseas or whatever. I was just trying to market myself because that's the only way for me to do it because yeah, I didn't know any other way.
Mhm.
Um, but
Wait,
before that,
hold on. So you've known me for a while now. We've been talking, chopping it up for a while, and you know how I do my system,
yeah,
kind of my POAs and stuff like that. Looking back on how you were doing it before to how you and I have developed everything.
yeah.
How shitty was what you were doing before compared to now?
I I think you now the way that I do it now, you helped me to get it to a point where it's not so long and bland. Like when I was sending it, I bet I lost the coach in the first. sen- you
Hi,
know?
bye.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So with you, you taught me how to keep it short, simple, and get straight to the point. Um, so yeah, I mean, totally different than what I was doing back then. Even with agents, it was even woof. Yeah. Um,
Okay, so go back to you getting your first gig in Germany.
I got my first gig in Germany, and I got that because of my boy that was over here in military. Shout out to my guy. He told me, he said, if you really think that you can play overseas and you have it, then come over here, come over, and I have a team that is looking for American. So it was his team that he was currently playing on,
Mm-hmm.
and they were looking for American because they wanted to move up as well.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so I got my ticket. Excuse me, I got my ticket. Came over, went through training camp, made it. They loved me and everything. Then it got to around October. I still haven't got my visa. I'm on my tourist visa, and the club is like, I don't know if we're going to be able to get your visa because of the German rules of the taxes and whatnot.
Right.
So I really didn't know much about that. So I started kind of panicking, freaking out. Like, yo, I came all the way over here, and now I'm about to get sent back home. Um, yeah, so I was just thinking all of the negative stuff, and my boy was like, "Don't worry, don't worry. Just send your stuff out to teams and tell them that you're here. You're currently here in Germany." I had film from the test games that I played in,
Right.
so I sent that as well. He helped me as well to reach out because he can speak German.
Mhm.
I can't speak German, so he had more of connection with them. A team told me to come to a practice, and I came to practice with them in Karlsruhe, Regenella 2. Did well in the practice, and the next morning, the GM called me to his office and offered me a contract, and that's when, yeah, it started, 2019.
Okay, hold
Played
on.
there.
Hold on. So you basically did something that was really, really good. You invested in yourself.
Yeah,
You bet on yourself,
yeah,
right? And I tell people this all the time when I have consultations with them, that if you have anybody that is overseas that you can chill with for a couple months, sleep on their couch, whatever, go practice with their team, or a team maybe in the
yeah,
area. That is one of the best ways to get your foot in the door. And by you doing that, led to everything that's happened since. Maybe not the most ideal situation for a lot of Americans
yeah,
to do,
yeah,
um, but if you're hungry and you don't have anything else, sometimes beggars can't be choosy. So I take my hat off to you, man, because that move right there was a risky one for
yeah,
sure.
for sure.
But if they're not coming to you, you have to go to them. I tell everybody that all the time, whether it be agents or teams. If they're not coming to you, you have to be able to go to them and be able to show yourself and say, I'm here. Because
Yeah,
once you're on European soil, anything can happen.
yeah.
Okay, go ahead. Sorry.
Um, so yeah, I did that because like I knew that I could play.
Mhm.
I knew I could play over here. Like, of course, it would have been a different my game adjusting because from
Mhm.
America style to play to Europe style. So yeah, I did that. Made it. Went to the GM the next morning. Got the contract signed. Played there. Played the full season. No injuries. Was healthy.
Mhm.
Um, I ended the first half of the season averaging 18 to 20.
Mhm.
Then I hit my I don't know
Wall.
what you want to call it. I hit a wall,
Mhm.
but I didn't expect it was going to be like this because I didn't really know.
Mhm.
You're a rookie
Mhm.
and you don't know.
You don't know until you know.
Yeah. So the second half of the season, teams started playing me different,
Mhm.
and I didn't know how to
Adjust.
adjust because it's not like in America where you can just wiggle around or figure something out.
Mhm.
Like it's totally different than playing over here than playing in America, just because the schemes and whatever and whatnot. They're not just gonna let you go off for. Yeah, yeah,
Shameless, shameless self promotion. Same name,
definitely.
different
Hey,
game.
definitely get
Okay.
the book. Definitely,
Okay. Go
yeah, because it's
ahead.
true. Um, so yeah, I hit a little wall. So I ended the second half of the season, ended my averaging 14. Um, which wasn't bad for my rookie year, but it's not good at the
Not
level
good for
at
as
the
an American
at,
in the what, fifth league.
yeah,
That's not good.
not good at
That's
all.
not too good. That's not going to attract too many agents or teams. I mean,
Nothing.
let's talk about that for a second. So, like you said, it's different playing overseas, especially on lower levels, right?
Yeah,
So, on a lower level, you were the only American.
yeah,
You're the only foreigner. So, of course, when you're on a team where you're the only American, more is expected of you. You have to do pretty much everything. You got to score, you got to rebound, you got to assist, and the likelihood of wins and losses depends on you
on
a
me.
lot
Yeah,
of the time,
yeah,
right? Whether you're making $500, $300, or $1,800 or whatever, if you're in a lower league, there's going to be more pressure on you.
yeah,
First league Germany, it's spread out.
yeah,
It's that pressure is spread out.
yeah,
Sixth league, fifth league Germany. Oh yeah, and like you said, I don't think you probably hit a wall. It's just that teams started scouting and
yeah,
started to take away what you did best. And
Hey,
that's something you probably weren't prepared for.
for sure, at that level.
Hey, that's right, man. But hey, teams are also trying to move up. It's all about the money. It's all about sponsorships. They want to move up.
Yeah,
They're not just doing it for fun, or
yeah,
they wouldn't need an American.
yeah.
You know, so they probably did a lot of things that you weren't used to, and without someone maybe on you. I don't want to say on your level. I don't want to put you at on a pedestal, but you are the foreigner. You are the import player. So without maybe another import player to reduce some of the load, everybody focuses on you and says, okay, we're going to let the other guys beat us, but we're not going to let this guy beat us.
Yeah.
And that's what a lot of people don't understand when they're playing on lower division teams.
Yeah.
That, hey, it can be rough.
It's
Everything
tough.
lives and dies with you. You're going to get blamed if you play
Oh
bad,
my
but if
God.
you win, it was a team effort.
Yes. Like for example, like, for getting blamed. Well, my first year playing in college, we were down. We're down one. I go pick and roll. Like I remember like it was yesterday. I go pick and roll with my big. They come, they come in hedge a hard hedge, and my big rolls to the basket, and I pass him the ball for a game-winning layup, and he misses the layup. Then after the game, my coach comes up to me and chews me out, and I'm like, what? What? He's open. It's a layup. He's open. What am I supposed to do? I'm not like, you want me
It
to
was
shoot
the
that? And he's like,
right
yes,
basketball play.
yes. And he's like, no, I want you to shoot that. I'd rather you shoot it than pass it. I was like, wow.
Yeah, that's a wake-up call, right?
Yeah.
That's a wake-up call. Hey, before you go on, this is a really good question from on Instagram, Straight Flexing. By the way, all of you that are watching, if you want to throw a question out there, just throw it in the comments, and I'll try to ask it. But his question is, what were some of the things you were excelling with at the start, and now in retrospect, could you say teams did different to make you feel like you hit that wall? That's a good question.
I was getting to the basket really easy. Getting to the basket and getting to the free throw line really, really easy. Like they had no answer for me. Then in the second half of the season, I was still getting to the basket, but I wasn't going to the free throw line.
They had those Jordan rules on you.
Yeah. I was getting to the basket, but I wasn't getting to the free throw line. And I think the reason why I wasn't getting to the free throw line because the help
Mhm.
with no defense at 3 seconds,
Mhm.
they did it
Right.
really. They did it well to where the point when I was going up for my layup,
Right.
he will come over and make it kind of
Difficult.
tougher for me.
Right.
So then later, when I started noticing that, I started double thinking, should I go all the way?
Right. Right. Right.
You know?
Right.
So that would put me in a situation where like, oh, like like it was bad. The second half was bad. Like one of my boy came to visit me from America. The the game he came, I had 1 point. Was a free
Oh,
throw.
you were balling. You were on fire. You were on fire, dog.
I
See, that's
couldn't
not
like,
good. That's not good in the sixth league of Germany, dog. That you had a oner, man. That's not too dope, man.
yeah, against the number 1 team, and he came the first game he came to watch me play, and my first time overseas, I have 1 point, and that's because the team knew what I did really good, and then I started second guessing myself, and once that happened, it was over.
Hmm. Yeah. Here's another good question. Where was that at? Have you had a gap year, and if so, what's the mindset like? We're going to come back to that question because I want to go into something else, but we're definitely going to come back to that question. So now, so you played in the fifth league. What happens after you finish that season, where you ended up now then in the sixth league?
COVID.
Okay. Okay.
COVID.
Wait. Before you go on with the COVID, dog. You know what I'm about to say, dog? It is 2024. I don't want to hear nobody talking about COVID no more. Because y'all out there, please, in your resume, don't put nothing about COVID. If you talk to an agent, Don't tell nothing about COVID. They don't want to
They
hear that
don't want
shit no more. It
to
is
hear it.
2024. Move on. Don't even mention it. Keep it moving. Okay, I'm sorry. Go ahead. COVID. Go ahead with your sad song about COVID. Go ahead, man. Go ahead.
Yeah, so yeah, COVID hit. So after my season ended, actually I had to leave Germany kind of early because Trump said if you're overseas right now, um, you got to be home by this certain time or you have to be quarantined for
Mhm.
whatever blah blah day. So I left early. I didn't even get to really finish my season. So I left kind of early. I think we had like 3 or 4 games left. So I left early. And yeah, I was home for 2 years.
Now we come into the gap year.
Yeah.
So you had a gap year of, so you played a season and then you had a gap year of seasons. Some mystery illness was in between that. Yeah. Um, in those 2 years, what were you doing to, first of all, stay in shape? And second of all, what were you doing to try to get back overseas? Were you still writing those bullshit ass? Okay. I ain't gonna say that. I ain't gonna say that.
Ah! Yeah, I was still writing the emails out and whatnot. So COVID hit was 2020. Okay, so
You know
2020
that, man.
all the way to the big August of 2021.
Yeah.
I got another opportunity to come back over Germany to play Regionale 2
Okay.
again for a club that just moved up from Oberliga.
Mhm.
So they were new to the how the system works in Regionale too. So I get the opportunity. I buy my plane ticket again. I invest in myself again to come and show that I can still play. Like, of course, I have a year away, year off, but I'm still in shape. Blah blah blah. I'm working out every day. So yeah, they told me to come over. I came over. I played. I played in 4 test games. Then then the GM comes to me and says, we have to figure out what to do next because we just got a message from DBB, which is the
The German
German,
Federation.
yeah, saying that you can't play on your tourist visa, which they didn't know that. So that happened, and we try to figure something out. We try to find like a sponsor. We try to find me to get like a mini job to be able to stay and get a visa.
Mhm.
So like yeah. For people that don't know what a mini job is, it's just a part-time job
Right.
and it helps you get a visa. So yeah, they tried to figure that out, but nothing could happen. Nothing could work out. So they told me to go back home before my 90 days in, then
Right.
come back in the second half of the season. So by time then, we should have a sponsor or someone to help you with your visa.
To buy them some time
Yeah,
to find something. So basically, they're telling you to fly home
yeah,
and buy a plane ticket back over here again.
yeah,
Invest in yourself again and come on back over here. I
yeah.
got you. Okay, I'm with you.
So when they said that in my head, I'm like, "Ah, man, I'm I don't want to go back home and just work out again. Like I don't have a problem working out. I love working out, but like I want to
Right.
play. So I got an opportunity from Mexico. The league was kind of brand new.
Mhm.
Um, they offered me a certain amount of money, so whatnot, and I was like, yeah, I'll take this. I'll take this little gig because it's like only for a little bit of time, and by the time I finish this season, I can go back to Germany.
Right.
So I went home from Germany, stayed home for like a week or two, worked out, got ready, went to Mexico for like a month or two. Then I flew right back over. I flew right back home because when I was playing in Mexico, for one, I love Mexico. I love the people. I love the vibe. It was like it was an eye opener,
Mhm.
and it made me more grateful for the things that I have
Mhm.
because over there it's a whole different lifestyle, a
Mhm.
whole different lifestyle.
Mhm.
But they're happy no matter what.
Right.
So I was over there. I was living in a hut. I had to wash my clothes by hand.
Wait a
Um,
second. Wait. Hold on. When you say a hut,
A hut.
I'm thinking like
A,
I'm thinking like what's that bedtime story like the three little pigs where the big bad
what?
wolf comes and I huff and I
There.
puff and I blow
No.
your house down. That's what goes in my head when I hear hut. Please tell me you were not living in a hut.
A hut.
I'm just gonna
I was
leave that there. I'm just gonna
I was living in a hut. I couldn't drink the water. I'm just gonna
Nah, really?
I'm just gonna tell I'm just gonna tell everything. So couldn't drink the water, washing my clothes by hand, didn't have a toilet seat. I had
Hold
to
on. You can't drink the water, but you can wash your clothes.
uh, yeah.
Hey, you got hold on before you go on. I'm sorry, you guys out there that are watching this because this is how we are all the time. We're always laughing and joking. So this is nothing new, but you guys are just watching us laugh our asses off. All right, go ahead.
So yeah, I washed my clothes by hand. Um, I couldn't I couldn't at, at one point I had to stop eating because um something with the when they washed the dishes, the water was still on the plate or something. So so I got some bacteria into me, I guess, or something, and I lost so much weight where my neck was as skinny as my neck was as skinny as this. Like I was this skinny. I got back to the crib. I got back to America, and they were like, "Yo, what
they,
happened to
they,
you?
they thought you was on crack.
What? Oh my gosh!" And that's from not eating, um, and just playing. And also, I had to play outside.
Right.
They told me the games would be inside, and
They
when we
lied.
went to go yeah, when we went to go meet the people say, "Oh, here's our American, blah blah blah. He's gonna be filling up the gym with fans and all." And they said, "Yeah, yeah." All. Then the next, like I would say, 2 hours later, they said we can't have the gym. So yeah, played outside. Um, with all that happening, then they weren't paying me on top of that. So that's that.
Okay, when you say they weren't paying you, first of all, how much you're not supposed to really talk to these people about money, but how much money were you making out there, or what were you supposed to be making?
I was supposed to get 1,500
Okay,
American dollars for, for a, I
well,
think,
wait,
a
they could afford to pay you $1,500, and you living in the big bad wolf hut. Okay, all right, keep going.
1,500 a month for 4 months.
Okay,
Nice. That's
all right,
nice. That's a smooth come up. So in my head, I'm like, okay,
a smooth come up.
for 4 months, I was like, oh, okay, yeah, I can do this.
Okay,
This is
okay.
easy, you know. And also they were I didn't have to buy any food, but instead of it got to a point where I did. But yeah.
Obviously, nah, I'm gonna leave that. All right, go ahead, go ahead.
So that happened. They stopped paying me. They didn't pay me, so I went home and
How long were
I
you
got
there before you went home? Did they ever pay you
no.
anything?
I never got paid.
Wow.
The league actually got in trouble because a lot of players started complaining,
Mhm.
and some players put a lawsuit out for the owner of the league.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So you never got paid. Let's recap this. You leave Germany, and the standard of living in Germany is pretty good.
Yeah.
You leave Germany.
Yeah.
You fly home real quick. You go to Mexico to play. You're playing outside.
Mhm.
You're living in a hut.
Mhm.
You're not getting paid. You
Yes.
catch some kind of virus.
Yes.
How long was it from the time you first got to Mexico till you decided to up and leave? How long was that in between?
Took me some time. Not even gonna lie.
How much time?
Took me like a month or two. Cause in my head I'm thinking I need this film. I need something.
Mhm.
I need
Yeah,
something
yeah.
just to show
Okay,
that
I
I'm
can understand that.
active, you know?
I can understand
But
that.
it got to a point where my film was like it was like what are you sending me? What is this?
Yo, I don't mean to laugh at your plight. I don't need to. I mean, looking back on it, you can laugh now too. But damn, dog, you had it rough, man. You had
Like
it rough.
legit. Like eh, I know that coaches and agents and every person I was sending that to, they would look at it and just no reply.
Mhm.
So I already knew
Yeah.
what time it is. I said,
Mhm.
okay, now I have to go home and I have to find something, some better film or something.
Mhm.
So I went home. I actually got home a little bit before Christmas, or yeah, a little bit before Christmas. So I went home, worked out again. Then I played in a cash tournament.
Mhm.
Got film from that, sent that out as well.
Did you win the cash tournament?
No,
Wah, wah, wah. Okay, Mike, keep going.
I played in that. Then I reached back out to the team that I was supposed to come back for the
Mhm.
second half of the season,
Mhm.
and, and they told me things are not looking too well right now. So let's plan for the beginning of the upcoming
The
season.
next
So I was
season.
like, okay, okay, I understand. Maybe short time, whatever, can't find. Okay. So I was like, okay, so let me just work out. I worked out, played in another I played in a island tournament with one of my boys. He
Mhm.
invited me to come and play with him in Phoenix. It's like islands like Guam and stuff like that. They were only allowed two Americans, but only one American on the court at a time. So I played with that. That was really well. Good competition.
Mhm.
So I used a little bit of that film as well to send to teams as well. I mean, I got better,
Mhm.
better response from that than the Mexico film. So
Okay.
um, that was good. Then I would say around June, the team that I'm supposed to come go to in the fall tells me we have a sponsor that is willing to pay your salary and everything. So in my head, I'm like, let's go. I'm back at it. Let's go. I'm
Mhm.
back. I'm back in Europe, you know. I
Mhm.
don't have to worry about this
You
hut,
don't have to
none of
worry
this.
about no hut.
I don't
Yeah.
have to worry about none of this, you know. Okay, it gets to a point where I'm about to get ready to take off. The team reaches back out to me and says, we have a conflict. I'm just like, okay, what's the conflict? Um, so the women's team wants to get an American as well because they want to move up. Because right now they were doing really well. They're like in the second league for the
Mhm.
women's, and they wanted to move up. So they was like, so your salary that you're going to get, you're going to have to split with the other one. Then you're going to have to work in the kitchen for the rest of your money. And I'm like, it took me some time to like respond. I respond back in that day, but it took me like a couple hours because I had to think about
Mhm.
this. Because like I needed this, but also if I'm gonna work in the kitchen, I could stay in America and do this, you know?
Mhm.
So I told the team, I said, I understand. Thank you for letting me know, blah blah blah. But uh, I'm gonna come to Germany when I'm supposed to, but I'm gonna go try and look for another team.
Mhm.
But if I don't find another team, I would definitely come and play for
Mhm.
y'all. And they were like, yeah, I understand. I totally understand because we told you this and
Mhm.
this. So yeah.
Mhm.
Um, so yeah, I came to Germany. I stayed with my boy that lives out here, my other boy that lives out here. I have a couple boys that live in Germany, so I stayed with him in Karlsruhe, traveling around Baden-Württemberg. I went a little bit outside of Baden-Württemberg to go practice with teams, everything. Try to find something.
You was hustling.
Hey, I was just hustling. I was sleeping on the train because I was barely, so I was reaching out to teams, and it was getting to a point where like I was like, I don't know what I'm going to do. Like I have nothing, nothing's clicking, nothing. And I reached out to one of my guys that coaches here, coaches Reganella too. And at that time, he wasn't coaching anymore, but he said he could help me. So he put me in contact with the of this club that I'm playing for right now,
Mm-hmm.
and they told me to come to a practice and see if you fit with us and the group, whatever, and see if our coach likes you.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, I came. I went to the practice with them, did well, and right after practice, they said if you want to play with us this season, you can. Um, Coach likes you, we like you, you fit in, whatever. I was like, yeah, definitely. Then at the same time, I had another offer in the same league, Oberliga, but in a different area near Nuremberg.
Mm-hmm.
Um, the only reason why I didn't pick that team at the time was because the team that I'm with right now, they were more like a family oriented,
Mm-hmm.
and like when I first came here, all the youth were like open me with like open arms, like
Yeah.
it was dope.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so that would made me pick this club I'm with right now. So yeah, I played. Yeah,
Okay.
it was a journey.
Okay. So I mean, we laughed a lot right now because you never told me about the hut, but okay. But we laughed a lot. But your journey is not atypical for a lot of players who are trying to play overseas. There's a lot of players that go through very similar things. I hear about it all the time. And you see the guys on EuroLeague, but you don't see the guys that are scraping to get by, that are literally coming over on their own dime like you did, or really, yeah, out here trying to survive, and I have to say, I mean, I know your whole story and everything. Your level of perseverance is something not a lot of people have. I mean, we're going to talk about this in a second, but you even went through it this year where I was like, dog, if I was you, I couldn't have done it.
Yeah,
I've told you that before. I'll be honest and say, if I was you, I think I would have been back home.
yeah,
And that's just a testament to your commitment, and that's why I so much enjoy working with you, because not a lot of people would do what you've done to the extent of what you've done. You've given up crazy amounts of sacrifices. Um, we can talk about that in a second, but dog, like I told you before, one of the last times we talked, like that level of commitment, that level of perseverance, and your story is not over,
yeah,
is very impressive, my guy. And I just wanted to get that out there so that people understand that it's not just the people that are coming over from D1s, and getting on a team, but it's also the guys like you that are really trying to find their niche, find their way, and that's why I appreciate what you're doing so much. So let's fast forward a little bit. So now we're gonna get into the part where I come into play. So towards the end of last season, we got into contact, just like usual, where I talk to the people first, and then we do a consultation or something like that. You get paid for the consultation, and it's weird because sometimes when I talk to people, you either like people or you don't.
yeah.
There's some people that I automatically have a
You know,
connection with,
yeah,
and there's some people that I don't. It's normal. There's some people who probably had the consultation with me and were like, I don't like that guy. I'm not calling him again. Right? I'm not for everybody. It's okay. Um, But with you and I, there was like instantly a connection. And so I have to tell this story real quick. I do these freebie consultations every Wednesday, and there's usually about 6 to 8. I'm always booked out. Let's say eight guys that I and girls that I meet with every Wednesday. Then we have this 15-minute consultation. Most of the time, it goes a little bit longer, and then of course, then I try to see if they would like to book me for more consultations or as a mentor, which I had started right when you and I got into contact. I had you were my second mentorship, so it was very new for me as well. And so I get all these guys and girls that I meet with every week, and some of them are like, "Yeah." After they talk to me, like, "Yeah, I'm gonna book you. I'm gonna book you." Crickets. Don't hear from them no more. Right? I'm cool with that. But there are some people that I talk to, and I think, "Yep, he's gonna get back to me." And you were one of those people. And you hit me back and you're like, "Okay, I'm interested in the mentorship." And because you were one of the first, I gave you a discounted rate. I'll never forget this. So I gave you a discounted rate, but the actual real reason why I gave you a discounted rate was not because you were one of my first. I never told you this. The real reason was I was like, "Damn, this dude ain't making no money. He's in the sixth league of fucking Germany. This dude ain't making no cheese. I'm not trying to take this dude money. He ain't making no goddamn money. Well, I'm taking money from him."
I ain't making no cheddar.
I got a EuroLeague guy. Oh, he paid the full fee. He paid the full fee. You ain't paid the full fee, dog. You didn't pay the full fee because I was like, this dude got to eat. So now you know the real story. Anyway, so what I want to know is, so we start talking. We decide to go on this journey of mentorship. What was it about our connection, or what did you feel like I had given you to that point where you said, "Okay, I'm gonna try. I've been doing this by myself for so long. Like, I'm gonna try something different." Because not a lot of people think they need a mentor or they need somebody in their corner. They want to go at it alone. I get a lot of people who don't contact me first. 3, 4 months later, "Hey, Sean, you remember me? I know you tried to do it on your own. That shit ain't work. I'm cool. Let's go. Let's see what we can do." So, what was it about with you and I, our connection, that made you feel, "Okay, I'm going to try something different. I'm going to do something I haven't done before, and I'm going to trust this guy and see if he can make a difference."
For me, it was your resume. You, you played, you played 10 plus years, coach at the highest level. So it was like you're the best one to know how to get it done, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And I remember our first call on the little freebie. You kept it a buck with me. You were honest, like, you know? And also I knew like I needed someone like you to keep pushing me, keep telling me like you can do it, but it's not gonna be
Easy.
easy.
Mm-hmm.
And you always preach that to me. Like even like sending emails, you would tell me send all the emails you can. It doesn't matter if you get no, 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 but like you're gonna get one, and once you get that one, you're good to go. And everything I do, you tell me like just keep going, keep going, keep push.
Mm-hmm.
You keep pushing me. Um,
Well, I don't. You don't need that because you've been pushing
of,
yourself, dog. On
of
the real,
course,
you've been pushing yourself.
of course, but some days when you know you get tired
Mm-hmm.
and you get lazy,
Frustrated, lazy.
frustrated, lazy. You know what comes in my head? Your voice comes in my head. Even during the season, like for games, your voice comes in my head because what we talk about.
Mm-hmm.
So for me, it was like you were there and you helped me the whole way of telling me like keep going, keep going, keep pushing, keep pushing. And you had it like a blue. You had like I don't even want to know if you want to call it a blueprint, but you had like we're,
Mm-hmm.
we're gonna
The
do this. We're
plan.
gonna yeah.
Mm-hmm. This is
You
what we're
had it.
gonna do. We went step for step the whole way.
You had it down packed, and you never like, I don't know about this. Let me. No, it was none of that. It
Mm-mm,
was like,
mm-mm,
this is this, and this is how it's gonna
mm-hmm.
go. And how it went the same way how we
Yeah,
talked about it, you know?
yeah.
So like for me and also for me, like I knew like if I want to get to the level that I want to get to, I need someone that played at that level, coached that level. So like you know the playing and you know the coaching. So you know both sides. And also, yeah, you talk to I don't know how many people a day that you know
Mm-hmm.
that so like for me it was like this is the perfect guy to help you achieve your goals and help you with your minds with everything that you need to survive in this profession because this profession is not easy what people think it is like you just coming over here to dribble a basketball. Nah.
Mm-mm,
It's far from
mm-hmm.
that. So yeah, you're just like a you're like MJ.
Okay, we're not gonna go that
I,
far, but
I call you I call
no,
you
but I know.
MJ.
Yeah, see, the thing is what really like motivates me to keep doing stuff is the success that guys like you know, I root for you.
Yeah,
I want you to win. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? And over this almost year, a little bit over a year that we've been talking, you followed the plan. Like, okay, that's what you and you know, I had to get on you a couple times. Okay, no, you need to start getting
yeah,
this. You need to do that, and you ate it. You know, and what really kind of for me makes it a joy to work with someone like you is it's gone beyond the basketball.
yeah,
You know, we're talking about your girlfriend back home. We're talking about your son. We're talking about you know stuff that's not just the basketball stuff because there's so much more to it than the basketball. And the fact that you entrusted me with some personal stuff, you know,
yeah,
that I could make you think about. Like sometimes you got to eat. You got to
yeah,
eat that. You know what I'm talking about. You
yeah,
got
yeah.
you got to eat that, right? You gonna have to eat that. You know, but that's what makes it like a joy, you know, and it's gone beyond just the basketball stuff, and it's developed into a friendship, and that I think that's the main thing a mentor has to give
Yeah.
the overview, but also that personal touch has to be there. Of course, that takes time, but I mean, we've been working with each other for over a year now, and we've had that time. We're super comfortable with each other. We're writing each other at fucking weird hours of the night. You know, we got all kind of inside jokes. You know, planes, trains, and automobiles. You know, you know what I'm saying? Like it's evolved. You know,
Yeah.
and that's what's so dope for me that you've entrusted me with that. So now I wanted to before you get out of here, I got a couple more minutes with you. Um, what I wanted to know is you've got plans for your career, right?
Yes.
And of course, nobody wants to stay at the same level. What do you think is your next move where I can help you with? Damn, dog, you paused real. You paused. That's a little bit too long of a pause, dog. You paused. You paused real. You was really thinking how I could help you, dog. That pause was too long, man.
Because it's a lot of can I just one main one
No,
or
whatever.
because I have a couple.
Talk, man. It's your
Okay,
show. It's
okay.
all good.
Um the main one is deciding what to do after this
Yeah,
season.
yeah.
That's the main one that I think that you're really gonna help. I'm really gonna need your, you
Mhm.
know.
Yeah.
Um then after that I would say planning whatever the decision is for next season,
Mhm.
it's planning on how to go. Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah, those are the two big things I see as well. I mean, you've had a really good season. I'm glad to have been able to help you through a lot of ups and downs of a season
yeah,
on and off the court. Um, but in the end, you had a good season. You guys had a chance to move up to the very last game, which is crazy considering how the year went. Um, and of course, you have you have options right now. That's which is a good thing. You've got more options this time around than in the last
Yeah.
year. So we'll that's what we're talking about now, and what might be the best option. Um, but I look forward to you making the next steps and being with you through that. What I got two more questions. What is your end goal?
My end goal is to play at the highest level I can get to.
Mm-hmm.
Because I know I can play. I know I can play Pro A, Pro B.
Mm-hmm.
I know I can. Of course, maybe my first year it'll be adjusting to the size and speed.
Right.
But once I find find the rhythm of it, I feel like my second year will be a takeoff year for me.
Mm-hmm.
But even my first year, I feel like if I got the opportunity to play at yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I could take off, and my end goal I could be setting. Never, never even think. Never. My end goal I could get to a point where wherever I'm at with my end goal, I will look back and see like, wow, I really played in the Oberliga.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Yeah. Yeah. That's gonna be crazy, man.
yeah.
That's gonna be crazy when you and I totally believe in you. So that's not even a issue. So when we talking years from now, and you like Sean, Overleague dog,
Yeah.
and I'll be like, trains, planes, and automobiles, baby. Trains, planes, and automobiles. Like so. Shit. Whenever you get to the next level, if you have a car, I'm gonna be ecstatic for you, man.
I probably don't even know how to act if I got
You're gonna be brand new.
one. What y'all talking about? What?
No, so before I ask you the last question, I just want the people out there to understand that this guy right here, um, he he sacrifices a lot, and the things that this dude has done outside of basketball to put him in himself in a position to maybe earn a little bit more money, to also work on his craft at times when people are still sleeping, um, things like that. That's those are the kind of dudes you need on your team. Those are the kind of import players. A good guy, not getting in trouble, not going to the club, not like getting drunk and messing up stuff. Like you're the guy that all GMs want from their imports. We just got to get you that chance to show what you can do on the court, and then everything else is going to
Oh
take care
yeah.
of itself. So that's I look forward to supporting you in that. Last question: what is the most important thing that you've learned? Let's go back to pre-COVID. Let's go to your last year coming out of school. What you wish you could tell yourself now, looking back to the guy that just got out of college. What would you like to tell that player?
Don't rush. Don't rush. Um, I because I think if I wasn't so quick and so eager to just jump to the first
Mm-hmm.
thing, I think I would be in a different situation right now. Like what I mean by that is like out of college, I had a chance to, of course, I could have go to play in Australia, but also I had a chance instead of going the combines in Vegas,
Mm-hmm.
I could have went to the
Euro
I
Pro Basket.
could have went to
Mm-hmm.
that. And if I went to that, stayed there for 6 weeks, my career would be different, I
I believe
think.
so as well.
So like,
Yeah.
just out of college, I'm like, oh yes, I'm done with college. I can go to this combine. I'm gonna go to this combine. I'm gonna do what I gotta do. All these coaches are gonna be sitting there and just gonna give me something right out, right? No, it doesn't work like that. Like you're not gonna get signed right away after a combine. Like it doesn't. you know. So like, yeah, I would tell my younger self just be patient and don't rush
Mm.
the journey. Just let the journey come to you.
Mm. You know what I would have told you back then? Your ass need a mentor.
Yeah, that would have been perfect. That would have been perfect. Out of college, that would have been perfect.
Yeah,
I think that would have been really good for me
yeah,
as well.
yeah. But we're gonna get you right, man. We still working. We working over here, man. We doing it.
We're gonna get
We doing it.
there.
So, man, I'm gonna let you get out of here. I appreciate you coming on, telling your story. I think it's a story that a lot of
Appreciate you
people
having.
need to see, need to hear about. The perfect that perseverance is another level. And like I told you before, man, you need to be proud of yourself. You need to give yourself your flowers for doing what you've done thus far. But your journey ain't over.
Yeah,
You know? And I'm gonna make sure that I'll be with you as you continue. And I appreciate you coming on, my guy.
appreciate you
We're
having me.
gonna talk again. We need to schedule another one before you head up out to home, but we'll do that on our
Yeah.
own. And yeah, man, and just keep staying up and keep doing what you're doing, man. It's gonna work out. You one of those guys that people root for, and it's gonna work
Yeah.
out for guys that are like.
Just gotta keep grinding, keep God, and yeah, I think it'll fall in
Yes,
place.
sir, man. So, man, get on up out. You gotta get up at 4 in the morning.
I gotta get up at 6 tomorrow. It's no school tomorrow. It's no
Oh,
school
no
tomorrow,
school.
so I don't have to train my guys until, a little later. So
Okay,
that's good.
okay. You get 2 extra hours sleep.
Yeah, I get
On
2 extra hours.
fire.
Yeah.
On fire. So you might even be able to play some PlayStation or something like that
No,
tonight.
no,
You might.
no, 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 no. I need to get that sleep. It's all right. Yeah.
All right, my guy. I'm not gonna keep you, man. Um, yeah, man. I appreciate you, and we're gonna talk anyway.
For
So get
sure.
on up out of here,
For
and then
sure.
I'll reach out to you.
Sure. Have a good
All
night.
right, man. So everyone, thank you if you were here for 1 minute or for the whole almost 1 hour that we were on. I think Xavier's his passion for the game and his perseverance, like I said before, is amazing, and it's a joy working with him because he has no allures. He takes it on the chin when I give it to him. He follows the plan that we've set for each other, and I think that says a lot about him and his character. So yeah, I just want to give everyone a little bit of a view into the life of someone who's not on the top stage, and make sure that all of you understand that it's not as easy as one might think, but if you keep at it, good things will happen. And I think that's a very important message that Zay would himself also say. So that's it for me for tonight. I wish you all the best out there. Be safe, and hopefully we'll see each other the next time. And yeah, have a good one. Forward head out.